Ah, do you hear me? This is how the mushroom had end up being. Is not great at all. It was really hard to put this cloth high, and the the circles didn't glue well, and it was also really heavy. I think the amount of cardboard layers it had were too much, so I ended up taking it off like 10 minutes in because it was really heavy on my neck. Today it's a little later than usual. Spring is here, and I was doing gardening. I had to repot an oregano. There was a lot of grass growing, and the roots of the grass were suffocating the oregano. But it was harder than I expected. So it turned out to be a task that took me over 2 hours, and after I had to get a shower and apparently kiss a cat. Speaking of my cat and my dogs, I like October was really rough on our economy. We still owe a lot of money from the vet bills, and we end up like the last week of October, which was last week. We didn't even have money to anything, and it was, I don't know, discouraging. And I thought about doing another kind of GoFundMe like the last time. Not exactly GoFundMe because GoFundMe doesn't work in Argentina. But I don't know, I felt guilty of asking people for people's help, monetary help. I don't know, it's so weird. I also got into kind of a discussion in on Reddit because it was this thread. I don't know if it's called thread on Reddit, but it was about what trend do you wish it could stop, and it was someone put treating your pets as kids, and I of course disagree. I told them like I I'm childless not by choice, and I want to nurture and to treat my pets as my kids and tell that I'm their mother and they are my children. And what's the harm in that? The the person that did the comment told me like, let's agree to disagree. This is why I think this, but I understand your point of view. But then there was this woman, and she for me was like, oh lady, you need a life, because she started to kind of battering me about, oh, they are not the same. And I told her like, yeah, they are not the same. I'm not saying they are the same. It's just that they are my pets and I do what they want. And I do treat them like pets and not kids. I like, how can I explain it? They have their own beds and they eat dog food and cat food. Not I don't treat them like persons. I don't talk to them like persons, but they are my kids. And she was like, "Oh, you're so wrong, huh?" And she ended up saying, um, it this was like just two messages of exchange between her and me. But she told me like, now you know what people think. And by the tone she used with me, I realized she is someone that is really close-minded. So I told her like I didn't care and I didn't consider that all people think like her and not all people think like me. But I'm at least aware that I don't represent all people. That I only can talk for and from my experience for myself. I can't say, "Oh, now you know what people say or think," because I'm just one person. I'm not people. And I told her that, like, probably no one tells you anything in real life because you don't let anyone else disagree with you. I blocked her, so I don't know if she tried to answer me or not, but it was like, yeah, no, I don't want to engage with a Karen that thinks her point of view is the only one valid. I also have someone commented in one of my lives. I think I talked about this already. I can't remember. But this person told me, yeah, I talked about this already. It looked like a compliment and it was not. I hope he has said. I don't know why I think it's a he, but I hope he has a better life than that the one he appears to be having. Because if you're trolling someone on the internet, I don't think that speaks about a happy life. On the flip side, like on the other side of of things that happens because of internet, I got a really lovely message. One of the first persons I interviewed, she she shared she was on my podcast, and a lot of people listened to that episode. This past week, she sent me a message telling me that thanks to that episode, she has started a lot of conversations, including one with a DI in her work, and how to include childless not by choice people in workspaces. It's like that's so nice. The fact that we can start to understand each other and to listen to each other with intent, like paying attention to not harming others. That is something that also arrived in the last episode I uploaded on with the others collective, and I've named it "Leading with Empathy" because it's something that Sarah said that I feel is so true. Instead of assuming and judging and thinking our way of living is the best and we are right and everyone else is wrong, or the other that also happens a lot in the childless community, that everyone is living the right kind of life and we are living the wrong the wrong kind of life. Realize everyone has struggles and be empathetic about those struggles. Try to learn from others, both what brings them joy and what's hurtful for them. I think the world would be such a better place if we didn't just judge us quickly and as yeah, set in stone is the only thing I can think about. I'm super tired and my brain is foggy. Well, I didn't show you guys how is this going. It's coming along great. I hope I can finish it today. I just want to hang it. I, I started this collage trying to bring up colors inside, especially in winter. And we are in spring, and it feels like we are already in summer. So next winter, I guess. Either way, it's a fun way to spend time doing these lives. And also, I need help from you. I want to record some solo episodes what about things I think that help me or tools that help me move forward from my childlessness and my singleness. But at the same time, since I'm doing these lives and talking about them, it feels like I will be doing the same content, just one recording, recorded on another live. I don't know. I don't want to just repeat myself, but maybe someone can find that helpful. I don't know. Sometimes our blind spot is just not knowing that others don't know what we know and we don't know what others know. And I'm entangling myself really bad here. Yeah, I think this is more just like a hangout. If someone needs to put me talking on the background while doing other things, and I wish I can come up with some episodes about the tools and I don't know some stories that help me reframe some things in my life. But at the same time, I don't know where to start, so that's why I need your help because I would love to you to tell me what would you like to listen about or what would you like to know about me about what I used to reframe or to move. It's not move forward or move on. It's yeah, it's reframe. Get past the poor good things in my life to to counteract the grief. Last time I did this, I thought about doing something here. The reflex here. But that was 2 weeks ago because last week I did my Halloween hat. And now I can't remember what the fuck was I going to do with that. But I'm seeing a lot of places that still need flowers. So like this, there are lamps where there's nothing. So I'm doing that before I tackle that corner that I don't remember. What was I going to do with that? Lo nuestro duró lo que duran 2 peces de hielo en un whisky on the rocks. En vez de fingir o estrecharle una copa de celos, le dio por reír. I hope Sabina won't get mad at me for singing his song like that. I recorded an episode for not my channel, for the others collective channel, and I quote I translated a quote from Sabina's one of Sabina's song, and I realized I kind of mistranslated. It's not melancholy. What I wanted to translate is nostalgia. I don't think I pronounced it correctly, but yeah, there's not worse nostalgia than the one for something that never happened. La nostalgia peor que mirar lo que nunca jamás sucedió. Mándame la postal de San Telmo. Adiós, cuídate. Uf. I have to put the trunk really close to me because either way, one of the dogs will enter here and start like messing with the papers. They are both really, really sleep. What do you think about treating the pets as kids? I think I don't understand why it bothers people so much. I don't pretend they're actually children, and I know they are not the same, but they let me nurture them and put the mothering instincts that I need to pour somewhere, and they let me do that. Why? Why is that so wrong for people? Why is that being so attacked? It's I don't know. I don't understand why. And the only argument I'm hearing is that they are not the same. And Yeah, I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that I need to mother them and to think of them as my daughters instead of just my pets. Why why is that so? Like, I think people feel attacked by that. And I'm not telling them their kids are less or that mothering humans is easier. I'm just saying I need this. Why can't you just let me instead of trying to rub in my face that it's not the same, they are not kids and they are not your daughters. I don't know. Like, I wish I can hear a good argument against it. An argument as in an actual argument, not in a troll comment or a dismissive. They are not the same and you're not never going to experience being a mother. No, I know that. You are not the first to tell me that. I was the first to tell myself that, so fuck off. What did you do for Halloween? Did you celebrate it Halloween? I did a Zoom meeting, which was it was good, but like I sent the link to at least 20 people, and only two come. One was Maria, my friend, and the other one was a lovely woman that I never met before, and I had to send her a message. I I'm giving her some time, but it was nice. I did a Canva presentation with a trivia for like an icebreaker trivia. It's a pity no one else came, but I think it was also perfect because aside from me and Maria, that we are friends and talk very often to each other, the other woman that came, I think she needed to vent a little and to be in a safe space a little. So it was nice. I might do it next year. I might not. I don't know. It's a year can be like so many things can change in a year that I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Um, Today I was seeing a post on Facebook from a friend that she dressed up her dog, and I realized I didn't even try, but I think they both had so much things going on the last the last few months, health wise, that I didn't want to stress them or I don't know. I feel a little guilty actually because maybe it was my last Halloween with Sierra and I didn't dress her up. My favorite costume that I did for them, with them, to them, whatever, was I friend of mine, Paula, she's living in Germany now, and we painted her as a calaca, yeah, the Mexican calaca, and we did her bones, and she was so happy with that. We did that to Sheena also, but since Sheena has long hair, it didn't last. But Sierra looked so cute, and she was like, look at me, I'm cute." What was I going to do with that space? And why can't I remember it? I'm trying not to sing, Sabina, but I can't. Like, that song is playing in my mind over and over and over. Lo nuestro duró. Lo que duran dos peces de hielo. Oh, this is a good thing. I have this bird in the nest. I can do kind of a tree branch, and yeah. If I find things to do kind of a branch. Lo que duran dos peces de hielo en un whisky on the rocks. En vez de fingir o estrecharle una copa de celos, le dio por reír. De pronto me vi como un perro de nadie ladrando a las puertas del cielo. Me dejó necesar con agravio la miel en los labios y escarcha en el pelo. Tenían razón mis amantes en eso de que antes el malo era yo, con una excepción. Esta vez yo quería quererla querer y ella no. Así que se fue. Me dejó el corazón en los huesos y yo de rodillas. Desde el taxi y haciendo un exceso me tiré 2 besos. Uno por mejilla. Y regresé a la maldición del cajón sin su ropa. A la perdición de los bares de copa. Muy grande. Too big. A las cenicientas de solo y esquí. Y por esas ventas del filo la ira, pagando las cuentas de gente sin nada, que pierde la calma por la cocaína. No, this is actually a branch with flower, so maybe this can be. I don't know if it shows. Yeah, that the brightness, it makes it difficult. But when I cut the white, um, I forgot the. I forgot the word, the word too. But fondo. How do you say fondo? I can't remember. Why can't I remember? I'm sorry. Pierde la calma por la cocaína, volviéndome loco. Derrochando la bolsa de la vida, la fui poco a poco, dando por perdida. We were talking with Franco, I think, this morning. We saw both separately. We saw the same reel about the brunette that acts in the good place. I can't remember the actress name, but she did a reel talking about how like TV shows and movies are getting dumber because they assume we are all on our cell phones, and how it's a great time also for like watch older things. It's too short. Watch older movies, and but it's so sad that we are reaching a point where the dialogue has to be I'm entering the kitchen because we won't raise our gaze to see what they are doing. It's weird because I usually watch TV shows doing something else, not necessarily on my phone, but like collaging or crocheting or knitting or something else. And I'm used to like gaze the TV and see if they're moving on or who are they talking to or what's the action. I usually kind of look down when they are just talking, but I comprehend what they're saying to each other and what's the thing about. And it's so sad we're reaching a point where we are dumber and dumber. But yeah, I guess we are turning into look into old movies and maybe old TV shows too. I think I told you last week that I'm looking at watching um, Golden Girls because it was never aired here. So ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Sarah is here. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué te pasa, mi amor? ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás bien, mamita? Sí. We we have the strong suspicion that the medication we were giving her for her arthritis is the one that caused her tumor. So we stopped giving her that medication, and I think she's now in a lot of pain, and I don't know what to do because that medication was helping her move and not being in pain with her spine and her hips. But we have the suspicion that it was. I don't know if you hear the howls. That's my neighbor. He's 5 years old and he likes to howl. Um, like I was saying, we have the suspicion that the tumor grew up because of that medication. So if we keep giving her that medication, the tumor will keep growing. And if we don't give her that medication, she is in pain and she is not moving comfortably. So I don't know what to do. Like I know what to do. I don't have to give her that medication, but how do I help her? They offer us another medication, but it was way too expensive. We can't afford it. And it breaks my heart, but I can't afford it. And that medication is not going to cure her either. It's more like a painkiller with vitamins. It's not. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to afford that medication, but at the same time, I know it's not a solution. It's not an essential medication. That's what I was trying to say. It's something that it would be nice to give her because it has omega-3 and another vitamins and painkillers and that kind of stuff, but it's like way too pricey. And as I said, it's not a cure, and it's not really. It's not. It doesn't even have the same effect. The one we were giving her was the one that make her making her able to move, and it's not the case anymore. So with the other one, the really pricey one, that's not the case. It doesn't do that. So I think it's so expensive because it has omega-3. Yeah. Esto duró. Lo que duran dos peces de hielo en un whisky on the rocks. En vez de fingir. My neighbors have 5 kids, and I always wanted that that big of a family. And I'm not going to say I'm grateful for being childless because it's hard, but hearing them every day has given me a lot of perspective. Both parents are really hands-on with the kids, but they are exhausted. Their kids are really demanding, and not because they are over demanding, but what I've heard, overheard, because we can't close our ears and say, I don't hear you. I'm not eavesdropping, but we hear them. Is the kids don't feel seen enough, but it's also because there are so many of them. And there's work, and there's family, and they have a cat and a dog. So I like, at least it's not exactly comfort, but I at least I didn't made anyone felt unseen or invisible like I felt like sometimes this kid feels, because yeah, there are too many, and most of the time their their attention goes to the one that was howling because he's the younger one and he's electric. He's really also really funny. Last summer, I had to stay like an hour on my window from my bedroom that is upstairs because he was talking to me and he wouldn't let me go. Every time I tried to tell him like I need to go, I need to do something else, he would like tell me, wait, and he would start telling me something new again. It was also nice. I I didn't felt triggered by that. I felt honored that he wanted to share so much with me. Yeah, it was nice. But my legs didn't like it that much because my window it's kind of yeah high, so I crouched down because I have a lot of vertigo. I was looking down at their yard, so yeah. Okay, let's see if it's this. Oh yeah, that's it. Absolutely. Oh fuck! Now I have to. My my hair was in my mouth. I have to cut here to. Please don't break. Please don't break. Yeah. Something that came up in the Halloween meeting because this woman didn't know me and she asked me where I'm from and I told her Argentina and she told me like, oh, my government just gave your government $40 billion, and it's like we aren't seeing a dime of that. Don't think that you don't have food stamps. Snap, I think this has food stamp. I don't really grasp what is Snap, but because we are getting something out of you you being hungry, we don't. It's just more money to people that already have money. So yeah. And she wasn't like holding that against me. It was just like the association was there just too too alive. Oh, Sierra farted. And her fart is horrendous. Sheena does this really funny thing when she farts. She gets scared of her own ass and she starts running and looking at her ass like, you're following me. It's so funny. It's not as funny when I tell it, but it's really funny to watch her try to outrun her own ass. And I used to have this dog that he was a huge. She was a Great Dane mix, and she would fart quietly while in the couch. And as soon as she farted, she would go away and leave you with the smell. It was like she was like, "No, I'm not smelling that." So every time she went out of the couch, we just as a precautionary measure we would leave the couch too because oftentimes it was just she farted and she didn't enjoy keeping keeping herself around her own mess. Animals have those traits. They are so funny. Like, I don't know. It was a mess cutting this, but yeah. So now I need to. Mm. ¿Qué duran los peces de hielo en un whisky on the rocks? En vez de fingir o estrecharle una copa de celos, le dio por reír. De pronto me vi como un perro ladeando de nadie ladrando. Las puertas del cielo me dejó deslizar con agravio la miel en los labios y escarcha en el pelo. Regresé a la maldición del cajón sin su ropa. Fuck. A la perdición de los bares de copa. A las cenicientas del saldo de esquina. Y por esas ventas del filo la ira, pagando las cuentas de gente que pierde la calma por la cocaína, volviéndome loco, derrochando la bolsa y la mina. La fui poco a poco, ando por perdida. Eso que yo, para no rodear con flores a María, para no comprarla con bisutería, y ser el fantoche que dan romería por la cofradía del santo reproche. Qué pena tan grande. Negaría el santo sacramento en el mismo momento que yo me la mandé. It was really difficult to glue that. It's so thin. There's there's a I can't remember the name of the bird. The, the one with the long beak. Um, fuck. What's the name of that bird? Colibri. Hummingbird. There's a hummingbird coming to feed out of the aloe vera. That is that it has this huge flower. And today, since I was doing the repotting next to that flower, it came and it was like, nope, there's a human here. And Franco reminded me yesterday or the day before. I used to have this magenta pink, really strong pink in all my hair, not just in the tips. And once we were living in a house that the backyard had a corridor that was kind of roof because the other house deck was on top of it, and that's where my dogs went to the bathroom. And I was scooping up their poop, and I heard something really loud coming from behind me, and I turned around and screamed, and it was a hummingbird trying to see if I was a flower. And I I actually remember it was one of those seconds that last like an eternity, we look at each other and like, what the fuck? And he he went away, and I was like, oh, I want you to be my friend. Please come back. But it didn't happen. This with the same color of hair color. A bumblebee tried to pollin pollinate. Well, it also think thought I was a flower, uh, and he stopped me for about 2 blocks. It was scary because I don't usually kill those kind of. I don't usually kill bugs at all, but the the buzzing in my ear and the fact that it can sting and it can be painful was like, oh my god, I want this thing to go away. That I understand I'm not a flower, but yeah, my hair was too bright, so yeah, I have a few of those um, anecdotes that are really funny. But the one that with the hummingbird, I felt like guilty of screaming at it because I wanted so much to be his friend or her friend. I don't know its gender, but poor thing, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to eat." No, that's a human. What the fuck is going on? Why human has a magenta head? I used to have shorter hair back then, so it wasn't as much work and as much um hair product for to do it. You know, I have a little more lips to add to that branch. I think it looks pretty good. They are a little more, not more, but less bright that I would want to, but they are cool. Oh, oh, there was something already cut there. I These are the branches I just put. It's coming up really colorful, which was my aim, my goal. I think it's too heavy on one side now. What did I do? I need to do something in the middle and in the other side to so it doesn't feel like it's all the weight is on one of the sides, which is the left side. No, the right side. Well, I'm never sure if it is the right side of the left side because I'm never sure if you are referring to what you are seeing or how it's in the wall. So yeah, it's weird. But yeah, clearly I'm not finishing this today. So I hope you have a good time. Leave me in the comments, please. What do you think about pets as our kids? And also, if you have any idea of solo episodes I can do, because I would love to do one, but I don't seem to know what to talk about in them. So, yeah, that's it. Until next week. Bye.